Hello everyone, this is a new Dan Wall Talk in a new format. This is what we did with our weekend. We started off by taking a little trip to our local community interest centre, then to our local retail park, then over to Letchworth, which is a very famous town, as you'll find out a little bit later in the video, and finally rounding off our weekend by going to Balstock, which is like a grassroots music festival held in Baldock, which is just next to Letchworth. So we're inside Preen Community Centre now, and this is essentially like a massive charity shop but focused on the community. So the stuff is sold back to the community, the money goes towards things in the community. So I think the absolute best thing about Preen is the sheer variety of things you can find here. Like there is, because it's all donated stuff, anything could turn up here. We found some really cool things so far. But one thing I'm absolutely loving is just this like selection of hanging sofas. They look great. And you always see like little sold signs on a lot of stuff where people have bought it and need to organise picking it up. Again, one of the best things about Preen is how helpful the staff are. Everyone here is always ready to help and they're always happy to help. So for example, our friends have just bought a rug and a lovely member of staff came over, helped them pick out the rug and then took it to the till for them and was like, yeah, we'll just leave it behind the till and come and pay for it when you're ready. Everyone here is super helpful and super nice.
This is my favourite thing I've found because I think someone's made it and it's so nice.
So obviously one of the best things about Preen is that it gives items a second life and stops more stuff going into rubbish. So you will find like older stuff here, like older TVs, older washing machines sometimes, but if it can be used by someone, it's absolutely worth being here and someone being able to pick it up. We have just found possibly the most insane car we have ever seen. If you show me your wand, I'll show you mine. That's unbelievable. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that at all. Preen is very much like a community place for the community. And they always do excellent things like this.
Oh, the long haul!
Where children can get a free book on every visit, which is awesome. And that is Preen done. That was stop number 1 today. Now we're off to stop number 2, which is Costa for some drinks and a bit of lunch, and then off to Hobbycraft. Costa was an out-and-out success. First off, they had the cheese and ham toasties, the vegan ones, because yes, I'm not vegan, but lactose intolerant. So we ended up having a lot of vegan sandwiches running out about just to be safe. Had the vegan cheese and ham, superb, loved it as always. But also, this time, very out of character for me, so as someone who did suffer with OCD, I tend to order the same things when I'm out and about just to be safe. And this time I decided to go for a different drink. So our neighbour recommended going for the maple and hazel drink that they bring out every year around this time. And I saw it on the menu and I thought, go on, I'll give it a go. 10 out of 10, do recommend. I had it as a frap. It was really nice. I've got a lovely still of it to show you because Costa was quite busy. Really tasty. Go and get one because they are limited time on the menu. Next up, we're heading over to Letchworth to pop into CEX to see if we can find anything great. But just before we do that, I need to show you what we got in Smith's. That's right, Lightning McQueen. We started collecting the Lightning McQueen different variations. So between the films and the Cars TV show, they've obviously done a line of toys where you can see Lightning McQueen dressed up as different things. We've got 3, I'll show you the other 2 when we get home. We're a big fan of cars, it's like mine and Mon's film, we absolutely love it. So we're going to collect them all. And you can't stop us, Big Smiths. We made it to Letchworth. Fun fact about Letchworth, many scenes from the hit 2012 film, The World's End, were filmed here. I was actually learning to drive at the time, and my instructor was basically just taking me around different, like where they were shooting, different sites where they were shooting around town. So I think, let's do that in another video. Let's go around between Letchworth and Welwyn and see all the different shoot sites for the film. If you've got any recommendations of places where they actually shot it, let us know. Let us know in the comments and we'll go see it. We started our trip off in Letchworth in CEX, but they're all playing copyrighted music, so we couldn't actually do any voiceover in the clips. Also, if anyone can work out why this game was so expensive and what it is, please let me know in the comments. We then popped across the way into a music shop, which was also a model shop and a kind of everything shop, which had these cool little train tracks with these cool little trains running around, which I really liked. Also, unusually for outside of London, we had a small version of the Tube, which has some controls that you could kind of play on. Next, we then headed over to Balstock to round off our weekend, and this is actually our friend's band called Bangkitan. I'll tag their Instagram in the comments, so give them a check out. Balstock actually started off as a little grassroots music festival that grew into this thing that takes over the town. You have food stalls every year, you have stages across all of the pubs. They also put on a few little fairground rides, which are quite cool. Obviously, you've got the crazy house there, and then you can also see that there was little cars that go around, little bungees. There's a whole plethora of things. We actually finished the night in one of the local pubs, right at the back, listening to a band on stage who were great. They were doing a cover of Green Day at this point. I don't know if you can tell by watching the gentleman in the bottom right hand's lips move. But it was quite cool. It was a great little weekend. It started off as literal grassroots music, and it still continued that to this day. Now, very much like these people wrapping up, finishing, putting the stage down, we're going to finish this video. If you like this type of content, let us know in the comments and we can make more of it.